Hey, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Abba, your bud from the DC Church, coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Kadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Ba'ashim meaning in the name, recall meaning spirit, Kadash meaning holy. All right, these are the names and the powers that I come to you in order to profess the 100% truth, and Lord's will seal the elect's faith. Shenya Kabag Awala Rakaz Aquam Naba Aith, meaning double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS in these times, whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth. Okay? And of course, Shalom Wabarakum Labakarim Shiasha Allah. Salakia. Peace and blessings be upon the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. And to the men out there that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth, to you I say Shalom wa Barakum Thumb. Peace and blessings be upon you. All right. Now, without further ado, the name of this video, Lord's will, is going to be named Israel's Negligence. Okay. And part of the reason why I wanted to bring this information out is to show you that the whole process that we went through was relevant because, you know, we cannot blame the Heavenly Father for punishing us the way that he did. Because number one, through the punishment we learned, we gathered understanding. And number two, through the punishment, we're going to receive, you know, there's a great fall before we ever receive something super duper great. Okay, for lack of better terms, but great fall for great uprising. I put it that way. So I just kind of wanted to give some precepts on an understanding of, you know, the things why the Heavenly Father was troubled with us, and also why the Heavenly Father put us in the condition that we're currently in and that we've been in for a very long time. Now, let me look this up real quick. Negligent. Okay. It says the word negligent is a verb. It says omit to do or perform. It says treat carelessly or heedlessly. Okay, treat with disrespect or without proper attention or care. And these are the things. This is the characteristic that we had in our nation toward the things that the Heavenly Father commanded us to do, and that is what landed us in the predicament that we're in to this very standing moment. Okay, the scriptures actually state, which I'm actually going to grab that really quickly, in Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our forefathers, okay, of our fathers, which departed from the Heavenly Father. Okay. And then it goes to say, hear Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. Okay, because this is how we get out of the predicament. If we take heed and hear the commandments of life and give ear and understand wisdom. If we did these things, if we perform these things, and we weren't negligent to the things that the Heavenly Father commanded, we would not be in the predicament that we are currently in. Okay, which, as you can see, a verse ahead, it says we're yet this day in our captivity. Okay, but nonetheless, back to Baruch chapter 1. I'm gonna start at 17. It says, for we have sinned before the Heavenly Father and disobeyed him, and we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power to walk in the commandments that he gave us openly. Okay, and what does this sound reminiscent of? Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, okay, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay, so it says this is blatant evidence that we disobeyed him and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power. Okay, so the Heavenly Father gave us fair warning before we made that consummation, before we made that promise to him, that we would keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay. And it's beautiful that we did make that consummation, because that consummation was only there for the foundation of what was to come. Okay. Now, what was to come is the second covenant, which is having faith in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach and receiving salvation from the mortal flesh that we have standing. Okay, because what's going to happen is the Heavenly Father's, we're not going to be negligent anymore. Okay, and even through our negligence, the Heavenly Father said, if you sincerely love me, if you sincerely care for me, hear my son and follow after him. Okay, and have faith in him. All right. And if we perform that, then we're performing, we're doing the good. It's as good as keeping all the laws. Okay. So anyhow, I digress. Coming back to the main point, part of the reason why we are in the predicament that we're in today is because of precepts like this. It says, and disobeyed him and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power to walk in the commandments that he gave us openly. Okay. So it says, and I want you to understand this, Akim. I really, really want you to understand this precept. It says, since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our power. Collectively as a nation, because even when we are in the wilderness, you have Jake setting up what's the word I'm looking for? Images and idols to Moloch, okay? And praising and worshiping a deity opposed to the God that literally just spread what's it called? Parted the River Jordan, okay? Parted the Red Sea. All right? So, nonetheless, even after the Heavenly Father showed his great miracles, even rain, manna, and the Heavenly Father had the 10 plagues hit Egypt, even after those things happened, Israel still was negligent in hearing the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. And it says, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. Okay? Verse 20, it says, wherefore the evils clave unto us, and the curse which the Lord had appointed by Moses, his servant, which is stated back in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. It says, brought our forefathers out of the land. It says, by Moses, his servant, at the time that he brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt and gave us a land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power, according to all the words of the prophets whom he sent unto us. So before the Heavenly Father sent the destruction unto us, the Lord has given us warning. Okay. And that's what the job of the prophets were to warn the children of Israel to turn back from their wicked and wretched ways and to turn back to the Heavenly Father and to serve him. Okay, before he brings the destruction. But what happened back in the and it's beautiful because Baruch is actually the understudy of Jeremiah. All right. And during the time of Jeremiah, what happened? You had our people actively going to serve the Queen of Heaven opposed to serving Yahweh Shema Shai. And they knew the names of the Heavenly Father. And they also knew their heritage too. Okay. So it says, verse 22, but every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of the Heavenly Father. All right. And that is one reason why our people lacked as a nation, and part of the reason why the Heavenly Father threw us into captivity. Now, here's another reason right here. This is Yeshaya or Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. It says, therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished from wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And it says, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Now, we have to understand what knowledge that is talking about, because the scriptures, let me bring this out real quick. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. All right. Because the Heavenly Father is talking about the knowledge that's conducive to life. All right. Which is the knowledge of what the Heavenly Father requires in order for us to be saved, or in order for us to be at peace with him. All right. But in terms, we actually acquired, as the 2/3 of the nation of Israel acquired the knowledge that would destroy them. All right. So it says, there's Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. All right, that's the knowledge right there. Is knowing the characteristics of Yahweh Shema Shai, and knowing exactly what He wants and what He requires in order for us to be saved. All right. So it says they are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. All right. So our people are wise to do the things that are contrary to what the Heavenly Father requires us to do. All right. Just look at the wicked of our nation. They found a way to perform all the wickedness that they do to this very standing moment. You got niggas who know how to finesse more than they know how to read. More, they could comprehend more from finessing people than reading the precept, man. Our people are far away from the Heavenly Father. The 2/3 are far away from the Heavenly Father, farther than they've ever been. And it's because we're in the worst times that we've ever been as far as rulership. All right. But that's why the Heavenly Father's Lord's will, sooner than later, the Heavenly Father's Son is going to bring all this to an end, man. All right. But these are two factors of what, essentially what put us in the predicament that we're in today. And it's all due to negligence, man. Back to the word that I brought out prior, before. To be negligent, it means to treat carelessly or heedlessly, to treat with disrespect or without proper attention or care. Okay, and these are the things that the nation of Israel has done to the Heavenly Father's commandments. All right, and mind you, having faith is number one, and not having any God before the Heavenly Father. Not having any God before the Heavenly Father is number one, and having faith is also just equally as important. Okay. And it says to make light of, disregard, be indifferent to, not heed, which that literally means negligent. It says not trouble oneself about, literally not to pick up. Okay. Yeah, man. You're not picking up what the Heavenly Father put down. And that's the problem right there, man. So these are two of the main reasons why we ended up in the predicament that we did. And I pray that you were edified through this epistle. And of course, until next time, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashim Kadash, Shen Kabag, Wella Rakaza, Queen Naba Aith, Wa Shalom, Wa Barakum Lapakan, Shayasha Allah, Shalom Makyam. Until next time, Shalom.